computers. Being we have a quorum, we'll call this meeting to order. First thing on our agenda is to approve the minutes. We'll start with December 17th. Any questions or comments on them?
No.
Not for me.
How about you, Ken?
Oh, fine. You want to move them individually?
I'm sorry?
I said, do you want to move them individually or collectively?
Yeah, we're going to do them individually.
Okay. All right, I move acceptance of the minutes of the meeting on December 17th.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Richard, I.
Slattery, aye. Aye. There you are. My computer's freezing on me.
Yeah,
I move to approve the minutes of December 22nd.
I just have one question.
Yeah,
It says the assistant town accountant position was scored at a grade 7, step 7 in 1754, but it just said Slattery and Cole.
You made the motion, you second? Is that not correct?
yeah,
I wasn't there, I was just going from what Chris gave me. That's what that's there for.
But that was just the making the motion. Don't we
Yes.
record who
Yeah,
voted?
it's the motion. Mhm.
We don't record who voted?
Only if it's not unanimous.
Oh, okay. All right.
it wasn't unanimous.
Okay, well, I didn't get that, I wasn't
Yeah.
there. So how did the vote go, please?
Ken and Christie both voted for and I voted against.
Okay, so it doesn't say that.
No.
That it's implied.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you voted against it.
Yeah. Yes, remember we had the whole discussion about the range? The 17 to 20?
Yeah, I remember the discussion.
Okay, I will revise that.
Okay. And I thought myself that was just the way you described it, who made the motion and who seconded.
That's all it is.
Okay.
I would make a motion. I'm sorry?
I don't know who made a motion for the PRF for the assistant town accountant, the
Right.
PRF. Do you guys remember? So I can adjust that as well.
I don't remember. I have to look at my notes and I don't have them with me right. Well, maybe I do. Wait.
I don't remember.
I think it was Ken.
Moved it? Okay.
Yes, it was Ken and I don't know.
Probably me.
Yeah, I think it was Francine that seconded it.
Yeah.
Everybody voted for it?
Yes, is
Yes.
my knowledge.
Yes.
All right, I'll revise them.
Okay, then I would move them with changes.
Okay, I'll second that.
All in favor? Slattery, aye.
Cole, aye.
Tishman, aye. Okay.
Okay. Now on to the PCF for Tracy Lamika. I gotta pull it back up. Give me a second.
This wasn't, I guess the question I have, this wasn't sent to the PBB from
No,
the treasurer collector?
no. We've had several conversations and it was supposed to come to us first.
Well, that's what it would be expected, yeah. Okay.
Did you get a copy of it, Robin, by any chance? From Francine?
No, I did not.
I just emailed it to you, to everyone.
Okay, I'm on Zoom.
Okay. Oh,
My email right now. All
okay,
right, I have all the details.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, she verbally told me, but that's not the same. Is the form filled out correctly?
I'm scanning it over now.
Oh. Okay,
Yes,
it looks good. Yeah.
yeah. That's why I use a desktop and a laptop for meetings, so I keep the material and one for Zoom.
Unfortunately, I don't have a desktop.
Yeah. Well, I'm old fashioned. Hang on to it.
Okay, everything looks good. Any questions on it?
No, not here.
Okay, seeing none.
Me neither.
Move to approve PCF for Tracy Lamika as Assistant Administrator. Assistant, is that what it is? For Treasurer Collector?
Administrative assistant
Administrative assistant.
for the treasurer collector's office.
Yeah.
Christie made a move.
I hate this thing. I lost you again. Just going, there we are. Hate computers. I can't wait till we get back to normalcy.
They're not going to go away.
I know, this is awful. Okay, did I say I moved to vote already?
Yes, I thought so.
Okay.
And I'll second.
Motion? All those in favor? Slattery, aye.
Whole eye.
Tishman, aye.
Richard, I.
Okay.
Okay.
And the last thing on our agenda is discuss about the procedures for, when we have any kind of meetings.
Okay. I was the one that raised this, obviously. And I really, because I don't want what my intentions were to be misconstrued. I got this or became aware of this PCF on last Thursday, which was January 7th. Okay. It was a select board meeting on the 12th and another select board meeting scheduled for January 26th and not a PQB meeting scheduled until January 28th. So obviously, with a start date of the 20th, I wanted to facilitate that. So my first thought was, and I communicated with Robin and not with the whole group because I wasn't sure that it was even possible, but I communicated with Robin and asked about having a joint meeting with the select board, thinking select board meetings run anywhere from 6 to 9 o'clock. Any meeting, usually much later than that, but that's a guaranteed window when we could have plugged in a joint agenda item just to get this moving. And most importantly, the reason I did it is so that we would keep the paper flow in the order which it's supposed to be, which means from the department head to the PQB to the select board. And in trying to do that. Now, I know you work, Robin, and I know that you don't get home at 5 o'clock, but I thought if we had that window that something could be plugged in, and I had worked it out, that we could add the item to the select board agenda if and when we needed to. So that didn't work out. I did not communicate that date or those thoughts to anybody else because I didn't want to put something out there that we might not be able to do. And that's how we got, in my mind, from there to here. And, you know, I'm glad we're able to accommodate, you know, the position because we need employees in town hall, and I certainly don't want to be an obstacle to that process. And all I tried to do was facilitate it. So I understand. I do understand everybody's supposed to see everything in advance. I mean, I'm aware of all of that. But I am not the person who posts meetings, and I'm not the person who, you know, calls the meetings per se, and or communicates all the material for the meetings. That's not, you know, I would be stepping outside of my role here. So anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. Because certainly, in the hopes that, you know, in the future, the PQB should have had it directly from the department that day. And that would have resolved some of the questions.
And the downfall for you, Francine, it should not have come from you. It should have come from Jennifer.
I understand that. And the only reason, I just want to say the only reason I had it ready to go tonight is because I kept looking at my phone thinking someone was going to forward it. And then realizing we were meeting and we wouldn't have the document that we called the meeting for. That was why I had it ready to send tonight.
Yeah. Well, I think it needs to be a set policy. If they don't get it to us, and it needs to come from the department head. That's their responsibility. If they don't get it to us in time, then guess what? Then they're going to miss out. And that's the sad part. There has to be some responsibility on these department heads. She hired this person by the 20th. She should have sent it to us well beforehand, or as soon as she found out who she was hiring, so we can get this going. And this could have been in a steady process.
Right. So you know that the select board approved the PCF on Tuesday night, contingent upon the approval by the PQB.
Yeah.
Okay, so we, again, everybody wants to stay in order. So that was the arrangement.
So I think it needs to be put out there that the steps have to be followed the way they're supposed to be followed backwards. If they want something done, then they need to step up and get the paperwork to the proper people to get it done in time.
I agree.
They're well aware, and she called me beforehand, is why I was pretty surprised that she sent it to the select board before us, after I told her we would schedule a meeting to help her out to expedite it. So,
okay.
Anyway, see what happens when you try to help people out.
Yeah, I see.
And it sets a precedent for others to, well, they went to the select board first. Not that it was a bad thing, and I totally understand. She wants someone in place, but there is procedure.
She probably looked at the meeting schedule. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So is there a need for any kind of memorandum or refreshing the?
I think we should. I really do. I think there needs to be something set in place that if they want this to happen, it has to follow procedure. If we're going to be to the book, we have to be to the book, not go around edges because somebody didn't do something in time, and unless it's in a dire emergency. And I know Jennifer was, but we should have something in place. And I think it should be reiterated in a memo that this is what the steps that have to be followed. That's why they were written.
Yep. And it is for their own benefit to expedite it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all agree?
It is. I communicate with the department heads pretty regular. I'm happy to send something else out. I think they're well aware, but I'm happy to do it again, just as a refresh your memories.
Okay.
That would be great, Robin.
Yeah.
Do that.
Anything else?
I do have one other thing, not for tonight, but I want to raise it tonight and maybe we can
For the next
work
meeting.
toward it for the next meeting. And that's I looked at this wage classification, which we based the grading of that assistant town accountant.
This one?
The date on it, and the date on the classification is 2017.
It's outdated.
So I called Jennifer and asked her what have been the increases for non-union since 2017. So fiscal year 18, fiscal year 19, and 20, and we're looking, and 21, and we're looking on to 22. And so there was a 2% raise in 18, a 2% raise in 19, and then there was a freeze in 20 and 21. So looking ahead to 22 and a better year, I was going to ask that we update this schedule.
We discussed it, and I'm trying to see if we can get something that's more feasible for our town, not for more of an industry. I'm still looking into it.
Okay.
Because yes, it needs to be, I don't like it. Like I said the other night when we discussed it, it just doesn't make any sense.
It has to go hand in hand with the budgeting, which is starting now.
I'm sorry?
It has to go hand in hand with the budgeting.
Exactly.
I mean,
Right, and that's why I'm
money.
wanting to talk about it now. I mean, those increases, that 4% over those 2 years is already, on the books because people have been getting it. It's this paper that didn't keep up with it, with those increases, and then looking ahead. So what do we want to see going forward?
Right, and we also, and the other downfall is you have some employees that have reached the max and that aren't going to get one, which isn't fair either. Take a look at that, because if one's going to get compensated, like they all should be compensated. It's not one or the other.
Right. So we have one also for exempt employees schedule as well. And that's in the same shape.
Yeah.
Nothing since 2017. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
But I guess I have a question in that regard, Francine and others. The one that was sent out, Francine, I think you put them in mailboxes.
Yeah.
For me anyways, was dated November 2019.
That was a report. We're talking about when we did the scoring of the position at the last meeting, and we used that booklet.
Yeah.
Other booklet. It's called.
I don't think I heard that.
Yeah, Art Lawrence had submitted this several times.
Right.
And got nowhere. So the
Right.
map, the scale stayed the same. The cover sheet changed.
Right. Yeah. So that was a study that I guess he did, and maybe with you folks, I don't know for sure, of where Southampton is vis-a-vis other towns. What are the minimums? And what are the maximums for the positions that we have? And there are some positions that are very significantly under a minimum compared to other towns. So we need to. That was not adopted, but I think we need to start moving in that direction and start moving things ahead a little bit. I don't know how we're going to pay for it, but if we don't put it out there and we don't ask in this way where we can document everything and you show these schedules, it needs to be a formal thing.
Yeah.
But is this going to originate with the select board, or does it originate with us?
I think it originates.
With us.
Yeah.
And then it's approved by the
Through the select board.
The recommending board can.
Okay. As relates to the evaluation and the scoring paperwork, how do we get additional copies of that? I know they were sent in, they were sent on a couple of the emails, but it's hard to encapsulate and print when it's included as a part of the email, at least for me anyways.
Oh, do you have access to a printer or no?
Yes, I do. But
Oh,
I think in one of them it was isolated, but if I try to click on it, I can't get half on one page and half on another.
yeah, these were scanned to me in that format. So maybe if I have an opportunity, I can rescan them separately. I don't remember how they were scanned, but in an easier way to read for you. You can see I don't have any other copies besides what Art scanned me and the hard copy here.
Okay. But those are the ones that we use on a regular basis to
Yes.
store.
I can make copies of it. I'm not sure it's intact, but I have a print copy, not from the scanned version, that I could copy and leave again back in the mailbox.
Yeah, I think there's an electronic copy of that, but it's not, those schedules are not in the electronic copy that I have.
Right.
So anyways, if I would,
I'll take a look at it and see what I can figure out, rescan them, break them up. If it was just one, I don't remember how they went. I'll have to look at them.
But if you run into a problem, you just let me know and I can go up and make copies and leave them in the mailboxes for people to pick up.
Thank you.
super, thank you.
Thank you.
And then the next meeting, we were going to begin to talk about rules and regulations, is that right?
Yeah, we have been talking about it for several months. We wanted to give you extra time to at least review them. So bring you up to speed a little bit. We can review them from the beginning if you'd like. Go from there.
Okay, and these were adopted 4+ years ago? Are they
Yeah, they
supposed
revised.
to be readopted at this time, or?
They revised them not too long ago, like you said, 3-4 years ago.
Yep.
I don't have it with me right here.
So is there any timeline burden for us?
I don't think so. If we're going to do anything financially, that's going to affect anyone financially with maybe accruals and whatnot. I don't think we're touching that,
Yeah.
but it really depends what everyone's opinions are. So no, I think we should take our time and make sure we do it
Yes.
right.
Yes, we want to make sure that,
We're looking at discrepancies. There were a lot of discrepancies. It was change, and then some parts you see the wording in one area, and then 10 pages later it says the same thing but differently. So there's a few conflicting things.
Right.
Just some things when you read them, they don't make sense. So we're just going to try to make it easy to read and understand.
Okay,
It's our goal, my goal anyways.
all right.
Hi.
anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Okay.
So move.
Okay.
Okay, you all have a great evening and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
you will.
Thanks. And if we need to meet earlier, I know no one has a problem with that, correct?
No.
I'll just let people know if I don't know where we're going with the assistant accountant position, but if we need to meet earlier, I'll let everybody know.
Okay,
All right,
Okay.
take care all. Stay safe.
All
thank
right.
you.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Good night,
night.
everybody.